Miami All Access, brought to you by the Miami University Bookstore, is bursting at the seams. The new Miami All Access is coming. Come back to MURedHawks.com on Monday for all the details.
Welcome to Miami All Access at Ford Field in Detroit, side of the Mid-American Conference Football Media Day. And head coach Don Treadwell is with us. Coach, you have been hired December 30th. You went through spring ball. You did all the planning. Now it's here for real. What is the feeling now as you get ready to go for the season?
Well, there's a lot of anticipation and excitement, as you can imagine. I've often told folks that the last 6 months have seemed like 6 days. It's gone so fast, and much of it because we've enjoyed, the process as to this point in time. So we're ready to kick it off.
The cupboard is not bare. There's no question about that. What are the sights and sounds of this team? What do you see in this team as you look towards the fall?
Well, I think one of the things you like, the fact that you have a number of veteran players back. Typically, when you transition into a program, you never know, what's there. And so it's kind of neat to know that even though we're somewhat of a youthful team in certain areas, nothing can replace experience. So we're hoping without question that will show itself on the field on game day.
This team was here in December of last year, won in dramatic fashion. What's it going to take to get back here?
I think a lot of that is, as you know, the battlefield is in the mind. And I think one of the things we've talked about doing as we take the next step is to embrace that opportunity of the expectation of moving forward and playing for championships, which is a tradition here at Miami.
There's no question that this team with that veteran group is going to be, if not the favorite, one of the favorites to win this league. Is that a tall task?
I think always it is. I think it certainly even becomes taller when you look at the fact that we were just champions a year ago. And I've shared certainly with the team that those opportunities are very rare to be able to repeat as a champion. So certainly we'll be, a team that many other teams will be looking forward to playing, I'm sure. But we're excited about that at this point in time.
You look at offense in this group, you've got two quarterbacks. That's a luxury in these days. A veteran offensive line, a tremendous wide receiver group. How do you look at the offense?
Well, certainly I think anytime you come in and transition, you're looking for the strengths of your team. And certainly coming out of spring football, that gave us a little bit of a gauge on what we really have to work with. And then from there, that's been the fun part, really, especially for our offensive coaches, Coach Klasick as coordinator, to really kind of delve into, okay, here's what we saw in the spring. Here's some of the things we did. Now let's kind of, crystallize that, if you will, a little bit to take advantage of the talents our kids have.
And defensively, if there's a strength of this team, it's defense.
Well, without question, I think that's a nice thing to walk into, without question. And Coach Rextis and the rest of the defensive staff, again, had the spring to, again, get a little bit of a feel for where we were at in terms of the depth on the team and really some of those playmakers across the board. And it's nice to have a collective group back on defense that has done a very good job.
Coach Pete knows a whole lot about this league, being at Kent State and weaving that into a top 10 defense in the nation last year. How important is it to have a guy who has been through the wars recently in this league on your side?
I think that's a great advantage. There's no question about it. I mean, when you can come into a program and have assistant coaches who already know the league, very familiar with the personnel of each team within the league, that's a bonus without question. And then you tie that into having a tremendous coach as a coordinator himself. That's a very big bonus we're excited to have.
Now, you've seen the wars of Miami football from all sides. Now you see it as head coach. Do you look back on your days as a player and as your days as an assistant and say, this has molded me to where I am today?
I think without question, certainly you're indoctrinated as a player when you first come in and just realize a little bit of, okay, this is Miami and what we stand for and those type of things. And then, again, the second tour of duty to be back as an assistant coach under the late Randy Walker, as I've said many times, really opened my eyes to the privilege and responsibility of the head coach of Miami. So it's been kind of neat as you step in now as head coach to be able to move the program forward with a lot of passion and excitement.
Third game is the opener for the Mid-American Conference. That's where it really begins, but you got the non-conference before that, and that'll give you an idea of where this team is and exactly what you got.
I think without question, you always want to go into it being battle tested, but nothing can truly test you until you get out there on game day.
Butterflies then, or does that start in the spring?
I think it'll kind of just move forward with momentum as we get closer to that opener.
Yeah, no question. Thank you very much. Congratulations on being hired as the head coach at Miami. Good luck this season.
Appreciate it. Good to be here.
All right, Don Treadwell, the head coach of the Miami RedHawks. And don't forget that we've got a lot of action coming up here on Miami All Access, and a lot has to do with football. And I'm Tim Bray at Ford Field in Detroit, the Mid-American Conference Football Media Day. And busting at the seams, log on to MURedHawks.com on Monday for all the details.